Japan. And then my main job is export to the world. Some people go to the temple just beyond the time from the, the December 31st, the 11:58, or the big. Sometimes some people want to beyond that moment at the shrine. Yeah, they want to be the first one to pray to the God.
True.
Mm.
So the first one is for the young one. The big dish is for the adult. So it goes by age. Is that how? It's like that. Yep. So the biggest one is for, I assume, maybe grandfather or dad. I assume.
Oh, sometimes the people drink all three different. Yeah.
Oh.
And then just yeah. So the elderly can receive all the the young power from their grandchildren or child.
Yeah. So is one dish drink the same, everybody's same dish, something like that?
Something like that.
So it's like all the younger children drink from that dish, or the maybe second oldest, or maybe mother.
That is that is like up to the family custom. So you can but this one is we use three.
Yeah.
So we do the same kind of three this time during wedding ceremony.
Yeah, I see this. I recognize this more for the wedding ceremony. I can't remember what they call it. And the bride and groom drink the same, dish with each other. So is the same concept with this otoso as well? Yeah. Oh, okay.
So we can get rid of the evil things.
So
good luck. Because this one's a healthy sake, supposed to be healthy sake, because good
herbs inside. Yep. So why is it important? Please share, Kari, for the sake viewers. Why is it important to rid of evil for the New Year's? Can you explain that culture side, please?
Oh, I don't know. This is our continuous culture from last century, and then this one originated China. So I see a lot of things, even the sake, even this kind of custom originated in China. So like I and Sandra attracted each other. So we have the invisible connection, the cultural connection. And then this is why, the people are attracted, sake, universal. Something, we connect.
So is there a religion in Japan with this one, Kari-san?
This one is, not like a certain religious. This one is like before the rise alive, before the Buddhism alive, they still worship the nature. Like we see, I told you before.
Yes.
We Japanese people believe plural gods in the window, gods in the light, gods in the water. It's like a belief, So we appreciate, all this invisible power from the God. Give us a face, give us another, they work hard, and then eventually we can make a sake. Those kind of, we have a, belief.
Of course. I mean, when you were talking about it, my whole, heart was like booming, and, my mind was over the moon, because it was just like so much related to everything else, not just sake alone, but sake connects, right? Sake it's the connection to all of what Japan's beauty is all about, and everybody in this community is like literally connected here because of that love of Japan, right? how it came about with, you know, the connection was just a small, you know, reason from, you know, maybe nature, from an experience with, you know, something delicious, with something with traditional clothes, with something like, you know, cookery, you know, there's so many connections for Japan, rather than the fact that, you know, we're just talking about the actual drink, but it connects us to everything else. And I love how you were sharing, right, how about the gods and how it was reuniting to you know, Mother Nature, right, you know, the weather, the seasons, right, and that process of, you know, cleansing the body already before the new year, and doing that ritual, that sort of thing, to welcome the new year in connection with sake, but also connecting with the world, the people, the whole universe as well. That's what makes sake really, really sacred, isn't it? So yeah, thank you very much for sharing that, Kari. Now, Kari, I saw your beautiful picture of all your foods. Can you describe those foods? I'm sure I'll probably put the photo there when I see it. But why was there so many parts of food, and what's so special about those different parts of the foods?
Yeah, we have a lot of meaning for the eat food.
Yes.
So if you can share the
yes, I will find the your post. No, I think it was on the page there. Give me a sec. I will find that. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's so yummy. So many foods. Oh yeah, okay, so I'm gonna put that one up there. I'm just gonna share screen.
Yeah.
And then you can see.
People become busy.
Yeah.
And doesn't have much time. So this is, you know, I made before the new year. So I prepared.
So before the new year, not
before
on
the
new year.
Yeah. So Japanese women have to work so hard to make all these things. So it's like, you know, torture to, you know,
I feel your pain. I feel your pain.
Yeah, because so each dish has a meaning, like this, you know, the yellow thing.
Yes,
yellow thing
yellow. Yeah.
The potato. So this one is good for the, you know, earning money.
Oh, earning money. So this is a potato made out of what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So for something for money. Yes, understand. Yep.
Yeah. So maybe Sandra like this one.
Of course, I'll just be eating all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And get some. It's for fortune.
You eat
it's for
this
fortune.
one, and then so this black one is black beans.
This one.
This one is also for you.
Oh, what is that?
Hardworking.
Oh, hardworking. And what is that? What is that food?
Oh, this one is, you know, just the beans, black beans.
Oh, black beans for hardworking. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
And then what's next? This pink and white.
Oh, this one kamaboko. This one is, you know, peach meat.
Peach.
No, this one is a fish meat. Fish. This one fish.
Oh, fish. Oh, fish meat.
Oh, this one. Yeah.
So it's pink because you've dyed it, or?
No, this one is digestible from the supermarket.
But
I cut.
Looks pretty. Then you've got the sardines. Is that sardines?
This one.
Fish.
Fish, small fish.
And then this one looks like sweet potato as well, or something.
This one, oh yeah, this one is, you know, kingdom. We call kingdom sweet potato.
Yeah, sweet potato. It looks like a sweet potato. Yeah. And this is important. What is it meaning for?
I told you this one. This potato is for the, fortune.
Fortune. And this one is this round one also is potato?
This one is egg.
Egg. Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I have to eat more of
supposed
this one. I have to eat more of the
Yeah.
tenko.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. This one, this small sizing, this one is for the, good harvest. Good
Harvest.
harvest.
Good
Mhm.
harvest. Okay.
Because yeah. Mhm.
Well, it does make sense. Because you said that Japanese, women have to work hard for the New Year's. Chinese even more. Chinese even do more cooking like that as well. But every food has a
Yeah.
meaning to
And
something.
then,
Yeah.
yeah, this one, the egg roll.
Egg roll.
You
Yes.
know,
Egg roll. Egg roll. Yeah.
Egg
Egg roll.
roll.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Egg.
for the study. Because this one, we used to have this type of book a long time ago. Like this. This one is like our book is not like this. Before like this. So this is supposed to be the book.
Oh, okay.
So people wants to be good mark at school.
Yes. Oh, so you eat of this one, you will become very smart, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's really, really nice.
So we have all kind of, so meaning for the
yes. It's
think
again, you were saying like some of the cultural things came from China, right? And in Chinese New Year, we go through it's all about food, it's all about celebration, it's all about, giving thanks, and it's all about, receiving a lot of luck and fortune in the whole process as well. Because Chinese New Year, food was really important. Every food element meant something, which is yours. Japanese celebrate New Year's on the normal New Year, but Chinese have a separate day, separate New Year to celebrate Chinese New Year. And with the food, selection and all that. And when we go to restaurants, see, I want to mention something about that with Japan and, Chinese as well, is like with people go to celebration to the restaurant, in the Chinese restaurant, and then we will buy, for the whole family or friends, a banquet. And all of these dishes will be related to fortune, related to Chinese New Year. And it's very specific every year because of the animal changes. So they would sometimes change the foods, but it's in relation to that animal. So that's sort of like connection as well. So in Japan, you don't go to restaurants to celebrate New Year with like this sort of like concept. Is pretty much celebrating at home with family and temple, right? So you don't have this concept with restaurants. I mean, we got two types of celebration. Is like we celebrate with family at home, like Japanese, right? And then we go out, we celebrate with friends and family in restaurants. And we'll be celebrating, I think I don't think for two weeks or 11 days, can't remember. It's like 1 week, 2 week celebrating full of Chinese New Year. And so the first week will be the most busiest. Second week will be, catching up with everybody, but you can't. And then there's idea about, wife, the daughter who goes to the house cannot be on Chinese New Year, cannot be in the house of their parents if they're married, cannot be celebrating Chinese New Year on Chinese New Year Day. But Chinese New Year Eve, we can. So like 31st of December, that thing. But with Chinese New Year, we do it Eve. We can spend time with our family, with my family, to celebrate Chinese New Year for dinner. But then we cannot come into the house after. That was like that tradition, Chinese tradition I grew up with. And I didn't understand it yet. They would say, it's all about luck and fortune and you must do this. There's a lot of tradition, a lot of rituals as well. So you're talking about Japanese rituals for New Year's is really, really hard work. Chinese is even more tedious and more
yeah.
hard work. I remember like going to my husband's, family's time, right? And doing Chinese New Year. I don't understand that whole concept. It's a little bit different to my family. We're a bit more relaxed. Again, like Japanese, you have some, you was prefectures or hometowns. They got different way of celebrating New Year's. Same way with Chinese as well. Not some Chinese are very, very strict, or some Chinese are not. It all depends on choice of family as well. So it's not that much difference, right? So yeah, I will share with you when Chinese New Year happening, what we
Interesting.
have to do,
So,
because
So Chinese New Year, you've been celebrating like 4 weeks.
for you, it is the time where you can celebrate. So in the there's another thing you would say. I also put on the post, right, how Japanese clean for the New Year's, right? As Chinese, before the New Year's, we also clean as well. We have to clean the whole house, anything clean, but we can't clean on New Year's Day, and we can't clean just before as well. We have to clean. I always I can't remember exactly when, because it was just a childhood habit we kept on doing, right? So at least you had to clean the house 1 week before. It be safe. You can't clean before that, but you can still touch the broom. You can still touch the mop, but on New Year's Day you can't. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day you can't. It's best because of luck and evil spirits, like same way as Japanese. Although we don't do this, but with my family, we go pray at home. With my father has this like altar, and we pray to our ancestors, and we give them food to bless for the at home family dinner. I don't know what everybody does with the we do. My family goes with that sort of like upgrading. When I was young, I had to pray to my ancestors, and my father will burn fire for the money to give to the ancestors. So we will burn and worship. Also, we give thanks as well. So not go, but if you go back, maybe temple, some Chinese families will also go to the temple and do that big worship, but it's mostly at home, worshiping to our ancestors, like my family who's passed away, that sort of thing, just to invite them for Chinese New Year dinner on New Year Eve, or Chinese New Year Eve, and then we will be giving thanks that way. So that's that sort of like bit of a connection we have with Chinese New Year, which is actually this year going to be January 22nd. So our Chinese New Year it's not always going to be the same date because of the different year, the leap year, sort of thing. Yeah. So it's not we can't tell you when it is, right? I have to look every year. When is Chinese New Year? I don't know the actual date. It's all to do with that. They got a Chinese calendar. I also don't know. I don't understand that Chinese calendar, because sometimes they say, oh, you got some Chinese have double birthdays. So how can you have double birthday, right? You're only born once. But they got different calendars, like the Western calendar and the Chinese calendar. So my husband has 2 birthdays with the Chinese calendar and also the Western calendar as well. So it's really, really interesting. Yeah. All right, Kari. So how beautiful. Now, what else could we share about that? So what actually happens in the brewery now? So New Year's is now. How do sake breweries, prepare for the New Year's in the brewery? Are they stopped working, or how's the the culture for New Year's with sake breweries in Japan?
Sake breweries people, you mean the Kura people?
Yes. Are they stopped working today?
So they're still working. None of them are still working. So like I saw the Alamasa, just New Year Day, just push the button for the pressing, sake pressing. Yeah, I'm going to push the button on the New Year. Hi. So because during the January to February, supposed to be the coldest time in Japan. So that is the best time for the brew the premiums. So so they just concentrate. They just reserve those in the best time. Even when we have a lot of air conditioning, conditioned brewing facility, we still appreciate, the dry weather and the coldest, winter weather during the January. So they cannot miss the opportunity rather than celebrating New Year.
Yes, because I like
I can imagine some of the Kura people still sleep inside the Kura.
Yes.
During the New Year days.
It does make sense. Reason why I ask, because like sometimes, like, I don't know if Japanese have holidays, but like, do they should have. I remember it was with one of my Japanese colleagues, and they were telling me it was like a Japanese holiday, but it was only that time only. So, but Japanese like work like all year round, literally. Yeah, even the same with Chinese as well. They work all year round, but even like New Year's Day, they don't really have off. They still work, but it's a choice as well.
The normal Japanese people rest completely from the January 1st to January 3rd. So from the January 4th, we start working.
Yes.
But some company can allow, to extend a little bit.
Yes, of course.
If it include like a Saturday and a Sunday, they can have a longer holiday. But normally we feel guilty after still resting after the January 3rd.
You feel guilty to rest?
Maybe January 5th is the maximum. And then if January 6th, cannot imagine people still resting in a New Year. So we conclude like 3 days consecutive in a holiday.
Yes. So you feel guilty to take a holiday. That's a bit. You shouldn't feel guilty. You need to rest. Oh, but it's different, isn't it? But I do understand because like when I went to Japan and visited my girlfriends, they were actually not always free. And they're always like working and tired, but they would take some time to, spend time, but they're like not stay still. They're always moving. So they have to work long hours. They're working every day. Like what's rest to them? No rest in their mind. Not only that, most Japanese people don't go to another place, to another prefecture, right? Some of my girlfriends have never been to this prefecture before. And I find it was very, very weird because you're in Japan, how come you don't know this place? And that's in their hometown, that time I was traveling for holiday. I go to these places, they have never been. I said, but you're in here, how can you not go there? So a lot of Japanese don't visit another prefecture, even though it's like so close by. So it makes sense because they're literally working every day. They're not taking that, break as well. So that's a bit interesting as well. Now, in terms of the traditional wear, do you wear the traditional wear during New Year's time as well? Like you have to wear kimono and...
Yeah. Sometimes I wear the kimono during New Year's.
So in terms, is that a choice or it's up to you if you wanted to do? When do Japanese wear the kimono and that one? Is there a special time to wear that in Japan?
Sometimes, we wear ordinary day. Ordinary day, just, we have a casual type of kimono. We have all different kimono, for
yes.
type, kimono for ritual, kimono for tea ceremony, kimono for wedding, kimono for banquet. So if you want to wear kimono during the everyday life, you have a casual kimono. Even you can wash laundry machine.
Yes, we see. Well, I don't know. When I was in Japan, I didn't see anybody wear a lot of kimonos. I mostly see them wear the modern style, but it's not something you see walking around in Japan unless was a certain event or something like that. So I was just really interested in seeing, is it a special wear you have to wear? Now, is there another ritual about, celebration? I mean, we were talking about food and celebration, worshiping, for the New Year's. Is it just that, or how else do you celebrate, or what was the ritual with friends and family? Because I'm just trying to see, comparing to how Chinese celebrate, Chinese New Year and Japanese celebrate New Year's. What else do you do?
Yeah, we go to the shrine.
On New Year's Day or on New Year's Day?
Yeah.
And you go to the shrine.
It depends on the people. So sometimes people start going to shrine the end of the year, like 31st of December. And then spend that night in a play.
Also, they spend the night in the shrine.
Spend the night or just exploring.
Yes, of course.
No, not sleeping.
Yeah.
And then and then people go to the January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd. During those time, people go to the very hard busy.
Oh, is that good? So today's the last day, Kari. So for celebration, then tomorrow it goes back to work, is it?
Supposed to be.
Yeah, supposed to be.
Supposed to be. Depends on my mood.
So when you're preparing this food for the New Year's time, how long did it take you to prepare?
Like 2 days.
2 days.
And a half.
It's that's long, right? You have to prepare for 1.5 days. No, makes sense.
Because some of the food need to soak like one night, like beans, and then sometimes you have to put in the refrigerator to base the food for the long preparation than ordinary food. Yeah.
Sounds like sake production.
Sake production.
Like you have to do something every day, like the koji, you have to wait for 24 hours, right? And then we put it, you have to cook it and steam it, and then wait for the next process. It's like waiting for overnight. That's sort of like preparation connection as well. It makes sense. Everything's same in symbolism of how New Year is connected to sake, to Japan, to the culture, to the traditions. So beautiful, lovely. I think I'm really excited for you to share that, Kari, about how you celebrate, New Year's in Japan. It's just really, really interesting how the concept of how Japanese, spend New Year's is quite interesting, and it's quite not that much off from Chinese culture as well. Hence, quite the similarity, but of course different as well. Well, thank you, Kari, for sharing, and thank you for coming in on one of your day offs to actually, share with us as being part of the Sake Guardian, show. And I just want to say to everyone about this Sake Guardian, our show is pretty much showing how we can relate sake to so many things. Me and Kari have brought this show together, and she's going to bring in more beautiful concepts and topics that we can share every once in a while to really show you the beautiful connection, beautiful about Japanese sake. So sake lovers, I hope you like our first episode of Sake Guardians with Kari-san, how she's sharing her beautiful culture with Japan. Thank you so much for watching, and 明けましておめでとうございます。
おめでとうございます。Cheers. 乾杯.
See you for another episode of Sake Guardians. 乾杯. Okay. How was that? All good, Kari?
So still recording, but not live.
Not live, yeah. Thank you, Kari, for sharing.
A lot of things in the connection with the Chinese, the origin.
They are so similar. I didn't know that Japanese had to go through like that same concept with the food, but Chinese got more Kari-san, because
Mhm.
actually I'm brought up in Australia, you see. So I've just learned from my family, but we were more laid back. But my husband's side, Chinese side, wow. It's when I went there after I married him, I go visit his family in Singapore. The Chinese whole culture, and especially Chinese New Year, was so overwhelming. It was so overwhelming. Oh my God. It was like I don't know that Chinese custom because I've been brought up in Australia and I just follow my parents, right? We were not very strong in that concept because not many Chinese. It was just our family. But in Singapore, there's Chinese everywhere. So you have to meet, I have to meet their family, the grandparents, the uncles, the auntie, elderlies, and then go to the temple as well, I assume. And then the foods that they prepare, there's like they have to say 8 dishes or 10 dishes or something like that. There's a dish for a certain reason, and you must have these dishes. Because when I was here, we have restaurant and we do the banquet restaurant. Now we got the family at home, which I do my way with my family. We bless the food and we just buy certain things to eat on New Year's Eve, right? And you must have this dish. You must have a, meat. You must have a noodle. We call it long life noodle. It's a special dish that we have to eat to give long life and longevity, that sort of thing. And you're not allowed to cut the noodle. You cut the noodle, you cut your life. That's sort of like concept. So I think that would be an interesting topic to share in for the Chinese style. And then you have to eat veggies, is really good for harvest as well. And also soup is for health, right? Health. Then fish is really, really important as well because fish means fortune. Chinese got a lot of koi pictures, right? Paintings of koi. Coins means luck, longevity, and sort of thing. Because there's a very special meaning with every dish with the Chinese. And every time a banquet is created, they must have that sort of dish. And when I choosing the banquet menu for the celebrate with my family in the restaurant, I have to have those dishes. Or no, I didn't know about those dishes. My husband taught me I have to have these dishes because I don't come from a pure Chinese background, that upbringing. I just came from, concept of following my parents who don't do that traditional Chinese method. So I had to learn from my husband's side. That's why it was so overwhelming.
Your husband from Singapore?
Singapore.
Oh, but now living in Australia.
Here with me, yes. So he studied here and then, met me and then we got married as well. So he stayed here. But the Chinese culture is not strong here. Does it make sense? We don't do that sort of like thing. But in Singapore, it's high look, like friends. Okay, we got, about Chinese red packet, right? Yeah. So everybody will get a red packet on Chinese New Year. So you don't have that in Japan custom, but in Chinese, we have this custom. You have to give red packet. So I have to give, if I'm married, I have to give it to anybody who's not married. Children, adults, friends.
You mean the small
red packet? Yeah, red packet.
Inside the money.
Inside is money. It's real money, okay? It's not just an empty red packet. It's real money.
So we do the same custom, but for the children. Supposed to be only for the children.
So you do that in New Year's time? Oh, so you do.
Otoshidama.
So in Chinese they say "ompao." So the kids are all ready for ampao. They can open their hands like this. So the adults, the elderly, will give them the ampao. So when your child with a lot of family in China or Asian country, they're gonna be rich because so many people will give them red packets.
The married person will be poor, right?
Yes. So sometimes it's actually stressful for people in Chinese culture to actually be in that. If they are not very rich, they can't do that. But Chinese custom, you have to do that. But it depends. If you don't go to the party or you don't go to the event, you can avoid it. So some Chinese would do that because, you know, they don't have enough to give. So they avoid going to, you know, friends sessions and all that, because we have family one session, then we have friends gathering is another session, and friends gathering we are close, but they will have children and people who are not married, and we just give them. But when I was in Singapore, it's not strong here because we don't have that big strong culture. But in Singapore, whoa, I had to ready as a married, you know, woman. I had to ready red packet in my bag, ready to give to people. And then my my father, yeah.
Normally, how much normally put on the pocket?
So they say like it depends, like it's up to the choice, but I always have to prepare $10 and $20 because two digits, two digits, something like 2 digits. So like there's so many what is it called, meanings, right? But everything was like 2 digits because I just follow custom of my husband. I don't know what is right, what is wrong. When I was in Singapore, I didn't know what to do because I'm not brought up with the Singapore Chinese culture. So how am I supposed to like follow? So my mother-in-law would tell me and I'll follow and I'll do, right? So that was the concept of, you know, the Chinese. But I was so intrigued of how deep it goes, right? Even with friends, right? Friends, they love to party in Chinese New Year, but it's more like celebrating together, and they get crazy and wild, but we love it, right? You know, they'll be drinking, they'll be shouting, we'll be playing games, you know, during the Chinese New Year celebration, because they've worked so hard all year. It's all about playing hard as well during the Chinese year. And even you gamble Chinese New Year as well to see your luck, right? And the children will receive red packets. We call it ampao. And, you know, they have to say thank you to us and say thank you, xie xie, you know, for the ampao, xie xie ni, you know, that sort of thing. Thank you to auntie, uncle, grandma, father, whatever sort of thing. And we get that blessing. And even we give money to parents. So my husband's culture was he gives money back to the parents for red packet. My parents would give us money as they are older, but my husband's culture was to give money back to the parents. So it's again, thanking for them for bringing them up, or, you know, to look after them, or something. It's like give back to the family. They give back to the parents who raised you, looked after you, so forth. That was a different custom I learned from my husband. So it's different culture as well. So not just the children, not just the unmarried people, but also to your elderly as respect, as, you know, giving thanks, or, you know, being appreciative of them. Say thank you very much, you know, give back, because elderly are already old, so they shouldn't be giving more money, or like that sort of like, you know, concept. They don't need to give any more money because they've already lived their life. So when you get at that age, you give back to say thank you for much.
We do the same thing sometimes. We do not the red. We are white.
Oh, white is it? Oh, white. Yeah, ours is red.
We have some Doraemon, or, you know, those kind of the popular, you know, animation on the white.
Yeah. So in Chinese, they use the animal. So every red packet will change animal print. So this year is rabbit. So every red packet will have a rabbit. Last year was cow. So every red packet will have a cow. Even the New Year card will also have the picture of the animal. And then the Chinese, you know, every year I need to always send New Year card to Singapore to my in-laws with the Chinese, you know, card with the animal picture there, and then the Chinese writing. I don't read Chinese, but I just get the simple thing, and I, you know, the feeling counts, if that makes sense. My in-laws know I don't speak Chinese, so they don't expect me to go too much of the Chinese way, because I'm not fully Chinese like them. I'm actually Burmese Chinese. You know, Myanmar? Yeah, so that's my parents' country, but we have a different culture again, so it's different.
So you guys, you know, came from China directly or born in Australia?
My family is not from China, it's from Burma.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So both of your parents from Burma?
Both of my parents are from Burma, but we are Chinese Burmese because my ancestors were Chinese who migrated to Burma, and then so we're because real Burmese are not fair. They are very dark. So we are fair because we are mixed with Chinese blood. So, but my ancestors migrate to Burma and then create family there, but with the Chinese blood in Burma. So that's why we're Chinese Burmese. We don't look really Burmese. But when I was growing up, my parents' mother tongue was Burmese language, so I can understand this language. But it's for 10 years, 20 years, nobody knows about this country and this, language. But there's a lot of Burmese in Australia because they escape from Burma. They migrated here. My whole family, my mother's side, migrated from Burma to Australia because of the democracy there. Then Burmese and Chinese were also in war with each other. The Burmese culture is governed by the military. So every time Chinese were doing something, they would take it away from Chinese and destroy them. My father told me that when he was young, my grandfather would have a bakery, but the government would take over it, and then they had nothing. So it was really, really powerful times that time, controversy, corruption, that sort of thing. History was really, really, really you only think you can only see in movies, but that's how it was really back then. The whole concept of the country taking over, the British colony taking over, so many different things affecting the country itself that the citizens are affected, if that makes sense. But I've never been to Burma. But now Burma is actually not safe now, again, they told me. Because there was one person who came from America, is a special icon in Burma. She was freedom of speech, right? In Burma, you're not allowed to talk what you want to talk. You have to keep your thoughts and your ideas to yourself. You just follow what the government does. But this person coming from USA who is Burmese, but born in the USA, has a Burmese parents or something like that, moved to Burma to claim that, change or freedom of speech, right? And actually, made a movement in Burma, and she got a lot of followers, right? And the military was against her, and the military wanted to kill her and, arrest her. So because she was getting the voice of people, she was getting the support of people in Burma, and the military were losing control of the people because she was so powerful. Then they found something about her nationality, her origin. So you're not Burmese citizen. You are just someone who has a Burmese mother or whatever sort of thing. You have no say here. So they used that against her and therefore make her arrested. So the people can't fight for her anymore. And she's gone missing now. So it's back.
Yeah, I remember I went to Burma.
Yeah. When did you go to Burma?
For the sightseeing before.
Oh, when was that? When was that?
Okay. So
when
did
you?
Because the scenery of the country was like Australia because that was used to be British colony, right? So they make the story very huge. It's beautiful.
There's a lot of villages there. Yeah, a lot of villages. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was a lot of pagoda, like a Buddhist
Yes,
Buddhist
yes.
kind of, you know,
Burmese love temples.
It's like very futuristic.
Yeah. My grandmother has an altar as well. So I think it's a Burmese thing as well. They have their own praying altar in their house. Chinese too, but I don't know, Burmese got a bit more, how to say, more speciality worship sort of thing. Even my father has a Buddha altar, right? And he will be praying to that one every day. So then my grandmother will have a special room where she prays in there. So it's very, very religion and praying.
Yeah. Buddhism is more like a, you know, strong and like a Thai, unlike a Japanese Buddhism. Japanese Buddhism is more relaxed.
Relaxed, yes.
Relaxed, and then also, you know, strict, like you have to shave your, you don't have to do like that kind of, you know, training. I think the Burma, you know, it's more
strict.
The Thai, but the
Thai and Burmese and India. They're like all quite similar to each other. The Buddhism and Hinduism, that sort of like religion. So that's why Buddhism we talk about in Japan, but it's like sharing around the whole world what Buddhism is, a different type of Buddhism. You've also got Mongolian Buddhism, right, as well. So if we talk about, you know, we're talking about religion, we're talking about like how Buddhism connects to everything. But Shintoism is real Japanese, I think. I don't think that comes from China though, right? Shintoism. Shinto comes directly from Japan, I think. I don't think that's anything connected to the other countries, no matter how much influence and all that. All right, Carrie-san, thank you so much.
I enjoy, you know, this time I know more about your culture, and then so, you know, how the culture, you know, split all over the world in a different format, and we grow just like a sake. I think still originated from China, like, you know, rice coming from China, and then you know, we just develop in a different format. But
yes.
in the Buddha culture, we connect it.
I mean, it's just like all the kanjis and katakana, right? You Japan take from China the characters. That is why Chinese
in a different format.
Yes.
So we have a lot of, you know, strong connection in invisible strong connection, and then
the invisible connection. And I love your take on the ritual of the Otoson as well, about the kids even get their first kiss. First kiss is so special.
Yeah, that is important, you know. So
I think, of course, a first kiss is really important. But
otherwise, you know, people doesn't have any connection with the sake nowadays.
Yeah. Of course, they've already got kissed by sake already, so it doesn't matter that they are single and not married. Beautiful story.
So anyway, so I'm looking forward to the next, you know.
Sure. So you want to do like every month one topic? I don't want to assume that you're free all the time because you're quite busy. Let's do like every month.
Other things I want to talk about sake.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you want to do like every twice or a month, or you want every month, how does it work?
Yeah, but you know, the January and the February, so I have a lot of guests coming in, but then I still can afford like 30 minutes or 40 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's all. And like also, we can include guests to the show as well, because this is Zoom. So we can include like a guest who is a sake guardian. I was thinking this morning, we created this show, but it doesn't need to be stuck only to us. We can invite another sake guardian from somewhere, you know.
Sometimes, you know, if you know the like a woman toji.
Yes, I want to see I would love to meet a woman choji as well, because
woman toji or toji, and we can ask our questions.
Yes.
Do the side or the kura when they are not too busy.
Yes. So let's do a next topic, Kari. So okay, let's see. So you got January.
I think I will be start busy. 21st. 21st, I go to Tokyo.
Are you okay doing it at nighttime?
I'm free, relatively free during morning time or night time as well.
Yeah, so we probably will play with that because we want to build interaction, right? So with my other, platform, Instagram, I do at nighttime and we get mostly interaction. So maybe we try to do a nighttime, see the difference, because morning time actually is quite early. Yeah, it's an interesting topic.
So what time in Australia time now?
Now is 8 a.m. So your time 9 a.m.
Oh, too early.
Yeah. So
4 hours advance.
So
no, people are sleeping New Year morning.
yes.
Right.
So you wanted, because I asked you what time in the morning you want to do. I woke up at 7 a.m. for this show to do with you. Hence, you think earlier. I'm also still on holidays as well, Kari-san. but
it's like 10 o'clock or something like that.
So I think let's try nighttime because I want to include more interaction. So
that's fine.
It's okay.
This is good practice.
Good practice because it's also your connection is a bit echo. So maybe need to find something like this one, take the noise out because I can't hear you clearly as well. So if you got Bluetooth, maybe the voice would be much more clear. Hence, this is a good test. Doesn't matter nobody watching, it is. We've got the Facebook, got the live show repeat, so it's okay. But I just wanted to come up in the morning and this week with the idea about, Japanese New Year and sake is sacred. So we will change it to nighttime. Which days are better? So Wednesday I have, I can include it on Thursday. It's Thursday night. I always do sake review, right? So if that week we can swap it around or something like that on Thursday because it's already people are listening to me. So I can say let's swap it around, bring in, sake guardians. So because I don't know if you want to do it weekly. Do you want to do a weekly thing or do you want to do a fortnightly thing? How do you want to work nighttime? Because more consistent, more people are going to know about us. Because when I started the Instagram show, I do it every night. Every week. Every week. The other thing is, I don't know if I can bring you to the Instagram, but Instagram is sometimes very laggy. I don't like it. So I prefer Facebook because it's big screen. We can see each other clearly. And I've got a recording as well. So Thursday, either you want Monday night or Thursday night, because I don't have anything Monday live. So I have Wednesday live, Thursday live. Friday is no good because everybody's going out to drink and finish work, that sort of thing. So Monday or Thursday, which one's better for you? Maybe start with Monday. Make it Monday.
The Monday is better.
Monday, yeah. I don't have any live on Monday. So we do Monday Sake Guardian every week. You want to do every week? Yeah. Let's make it consistent. It's only.
Are you okay? You doing it so many times.
Dajibu. It's okay.
You like it's good to do the practice, right?
Yes. And people get to know you as well because how they got to know me is I do it every week. And then last year, those people wanted to come. This is on Instagram, not Facebook, but on Instagram. But the same we can do, right? I want to build something for Instagram. I want to build something for Facebook, like a continuous thing. Not everywhere, same place, right? So when I did on Instagram, nobody know me, but I just keep on talking every week about sake. And then last end of the year, then someone said, I just want to, they want to come on live and say hello to me. And I was like, oh, okay, you want to ask me a question? No, I just want to say hello to you because I love your show. Oh, I guess I didn't know that people were feeling they like my show. I was just doing my thing. So it's going to be the same with the Sake Guardians. And our name is powerful already. It's really powerful already. And people were excited about the name. So, oh my God. And then this year is my theme, Kari-san, Sake Vault Unlocked. So I am not holding back anything of sake. I've got a lot of things prepared for sake this year. So much more than what I did last year because, yeah. So we bringing more, all connected. So let's do it again. Then Kari-san, Monday. Yep, Monday. For what time is your time good? I think 7 o'clock is good here. So that'd be 8 o'clock your time. Yeah. Okay. So I do about 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. because normally my live is about 7:30 anyways on Thursday. But Monday, people are not at work. I mean, not going out, they stay at home. So maybe we'll do that concept Monday. So we will.
Sometimes I have to have a dinner with my client.
Yes.
The Monday. So is that okay? Because
no, that's fine. What time you want?
Like a 23rd, the Monday, I have a the dinner with customers.
That's fine. That's fine.
Is okay.
Yeah. So
I'm at home.
Yep.
8 o'clock is okay.
Yep. So it won't be. We try to do every week, but if you are not free, it's okay. Next episode, because it's more like they know that it's there. And Facebook has the live recording there anyways. So it's just bringing in topics and all that. Get them to know you. When they get to know you, they will say, hey, Kari, I love you. You know, that sort of thing. You will hear them talking to you because it happened a lot in Instagram because people wanted to listen. When I started the live show for Facebook, with the sake reviews, people are popping on and they want to tell me, oh my God, that's so great. They want to hear from me. That's why I pull them, from different locations, come to my group and listen in. So building up this sake community more bigger. Slowly. Every week I'm getting new followers in Facebook community on this network. So this year we'll be building more. It'll be so fast, Kari. I hope you're ready for it.
So eventually we can invite Fuji, like a Noguchi. I see.
So it doesn't matter if you're not free, it's okay. We can. They will understand. Okay. That's why I don't say it a weekly thing. I just say our next episode. I would announce them only 2 days before. It doesn't matter because, it's sort of thing. If I can't make it or something, I'll say, sorry, I can't make it because they know I work so hard, That's what you're so drinking that. You're just enjoying.
It was so delicious. This one is, the normal drinkable meaning.
Yeah.
Monday.
I don't know. I never drink mirin. I cook with mirin.
Yeah, meaning. Also, we can talk about meaning.
Yes. So our topic is not only about sake. It could be everything Japan because Kari-san, before sake professional educator, I was famous Asian Japanese grocer.
Huh?
So
Japanese restaurant?
Groceries.
Oh.
So I sell all your foods. Condiments, furikake, mirin, vinegar, okonomiyaki flour, yakisoba sauce, what is it? Tonkatsu sauce, udon, what is it? Tsuyu, and so many products, can't remember. I sell for 20 years Asian groceries of Japanese groceries. I don't speak Japanese, I don't read Japanese, but I can tell every Japanese customer how to buy Japanese goods. I can find their products for them. Last 20 years ago, we can share that for another topic if you want. It doesn't need to be only sake. It's all of Japan related. That is why we can make it much more lively. Because sometimes maybe not talking about sake can make people a
Sometimes
bit,
with food, right?
yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
with
Like food like okonomiyaki, takoyaki. Why is that one so special? Blah, blah, blah. And I can share you my grocery agents experience because before sake, I was only selling foods and I have I have Japanese staff. And every time before shop open, we will prepare the shop for the, display for the Japanese goods. And every time shipment coming of Japanese goods, they will be all lined up on the shop, on the floor, and we have to check them before we put the price on them. And then we put on the shelf. So I had to set my team up. We put all the Japanese goods. Even the Japanese can read Japanese. I can pick up Japanese goods like sake, tell you this is this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Furikake goes here, mayonnaise goes here, tsuyu goes there, okonomiyaki is there. And even the pickled ginger, pink ginger, red ginger, even the seaweed that you eat in the, for breakfast, right? We had everything. I got so many seasons and ordered, and also, sauces. Wow, my shop used to be so big. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. Not only that, ramen and udon and somen and soba, and so many different types. Like people want to know what soba is. People want to know what somen is. Why do you have different noodles? Udon. How do you make udon? Because Western customers come into the grocery store. They're asking questions. They want to make Japanese foods, the Japanese recipes. Why? Because they went to Japan. They had something they really, really loved. And then after that, they want to make it at home. When I went to Japan, I was fascinated with making okonomiyaki. And I actually understood the concept, and I actually made okonomiyaki properly with that concept. So I was very, very adventurous after Japan. I just wanted to cook Japanese food. That's sort of like feeling and connection and all that. That was and then my husband, right? Then he said, oh, you got to cook that. So even like tempura must be cooked very fluffy, not like dry. It has to be a different process as well, how they do it and all that. So I got very intrigued of the cooking style of making tempura, and also, soba. I never ate soba before I went to Japan. I didn't think I would like so. You know why? Because some Japanese, it was really strange, Kari-san. My Japanese friend gave me soba very first time, and she mixed it up with mayonnaise, and I didn't understand what that was for, because we were selling soba. I didn't know how it tasted. So when she gave me soba with that process with the mayonnaise, it tasted terrible, and I was thinking I would never touch soba again. But when I went back to Japan, and my friend said, you should try soba, it's delicious. I said, okay, let's try. And I didn't know about dipping. I don't know about dipping soba. I didn't know that, because I'm not Japanese. Nobody told me what to do. Just say we were told to have this with this product. I don't know what the process is, right? They said, no, you have to dip it in there. Because I saw soba and I saw this liquid. Now I'm thinking, why is it like this? Then my girlfriend told me you have to dip inside. Oh, is that what it is? And then she said you have to slurp it. And then I said, oh my God, it's so yummy. I loved soba that day.
No.
And I'll tell you another thing, rice, okay? Being an Asian grocer, Japanese were buying rice every week. And it was like a necessity. I didn't understand why Japanese love to eat so much rice. Even Chinese, we eat rice, we don't eat that much, but they ate it so much, because I saw that same customer, second day, third day, buying 10 kilo of rice. And I didn't understand why they like rice so much, why it was so important. But when I went to Japan, I remember going to Kyoto, we ordered the food, and all I saw was a plain rice and something small of condiment. And I'm thinking, I ordered something wrong here. How am I supposed to eat this with just rice? But never mind, I was hungry. I eat the rice in Kyoto. I said, oh my God, how delicious is that rice? So I understand why Japanese love rice so much. The rice is so delicious. So that sort of like concept. So I think we can bring in that sort of like Asian style with food and all that. We can talk about that as well. So yeah, so many things I can share and we can connect differently. It's not just sake, it's because if you think of my community topic is sake education, but it's connects Japan, foods, sake, everything related. So it's not just talking about sake, because people been thinking that sake is just a product. It's actually not. It's a connection to Japan. So we're just bridging in all that. And people were asking, they want to know about more Japanese culture. My members, some are sake educated from the sake education side. Some are just bystanders. They just love Japan, but don't know anything about Japan. So there's different type of people inside this community, but we can even more grow it more because people are going to be much more interested in what we have to say, sharing the topics. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, am I talking too fast, Kari? I have to. Sometimes I feel like you're listening. What she's saying, ne? Gourmet, I will talk slower. So next time, news headphones maybe, because there was a lot of noise background. I feel like it was echoing. Can't hear you clearly. So, and we want to hear your lovely voice. Yeah. So
Okay.
Kari, when do we meet? Next week, 9th? Or you want to break 16? 9th?
9th will be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring you back here.
9 is on the 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock your time, 7 p.m. my time.
Okay. 8, right? 8.
Your time.
8 p.m.
Yeah, your time.
Mm.
Okay. So what topic you want? What topic you want to talk about?
Woman the sake. Woman the sake.
Women in sake? Okay. You share that because I don't know much. But I will listen to you and we will discuss on that. Then we can bridge in other topics as well. Yeah.
Or do you have any other, do you have any topic you want to talk about?
We don't need to talk about sake. We can talk about anything else as well. So like I said, like, Japanese foods or something like that, like the connection of foods, something like that. Give me time. I mean, don't want to talk too much straight away. Like, I don't want like sake topic all the time. It's more like, because want to make it like different every single time. Because if you're doing it regularly, if you're only going to be talking about sake, I think people are going to get bored. We need to like break them in between sort of thing. So maybe talk about, I think I was talking about food and condiments or something. Oh, mirin. You were talking about mirin. Yeah, that's it. Remember that. I want that whole philosophy about the mirin. And then I can share with you like the different type of mirin, is the cooking mirin and the drinking mirin. So we can do that contrast because it's still fermentation anyways, right? It's related to sake, right? Because people ask for sweet mirin, and I would ask you a question, Karen. So people are asking for sweet mirin, and I only think that as the cooking one, but it has salt in it. That one you're saying is for drinking. So you can bring back that mirin and talk more about that. It's going to be more clear, so we can bridge the topics, I think. Yeah, so like something like sake, then we talk about food, something connected again, and then maybe sake again. So, and people, and then maybe guests. So slowly rotating. So much topics to share, Kari-san. You got a lot of things to share. I've got a lot of things to share. There's nothing boring there's nothing we can't produce, if that makes sense. So next week will be about mirin.
Okay.
That mirin. So you got the cooking mirin and you got the drinking mirin. Is there any mirin? You show.
So we have all different types of meeting food. We have a kind of meeting, like a genuine meeting, and then how the meeting has been drunk during
yes. So you can share that, and I'm the one trying to get questions out for you to share because I don't know this topic, you do, because you're talking from Japan culture, right? So I can share with you what I know about mirin. Oh, it's for cooking. Kari-san, and we call it sweet mirin. That we have different, types, and normal, but we only use a little bit. We don't use it for drinking. People use it in marinade, but if sometimes customer don't we don't have mirin, or they don't want it, we just say new sake add sugar. Normal sake add sugar. That's all I tell them. If you don't have mirin, normal sake add sugar. Sweet mirin is sweet sake. But what is mirin? Also the definition. What is mirin? Where did mirin come from? Soko. Yeah. So we're talking about some sort of like cultural side, which you can bring, and I can bridge into the grocery side concept. My experience again. So like back and forth. Yeah. So we are not. It's not interview. It's more like chatting of different topics. Yeah. So when it gets popular, I'll probably do a podcast. Right. I don't know how to do podcasts. I have to figure that out. So, but so busy already. You say I'm very busy. Yeah. This year is going to be so busy. And I think I should do podcast next week. Is it next week? Yeah. Next week, I'm actually doing an interview on radio. So I found a opportunity to do that. So it's going to be interesting, and going to talk about Japanese sake in Perth. So see how that goes. That's going to be interesting. So many fun topics.
So lovely talking with you, and have a prosperous year.
You too, Kari-san, have a prosperous year as well. I still need to celebrate Chinese New Year, so I'll share with you.
Hopefully we can see in person in this year.
I plan to come to Japan, but I'll let you know. I'm trying to set up everything first, make sure everything in order, because I can't do anything if I don't.
You have to do your shopkeeping, right?
And also business as well. Everything you have to set up first, like my students, my classes, because I do the SSA certified courses now. I'm the one in Australia doing it, so I've got to enroll students because my students been waiting long time. And here's a problem: even though they want to wait for me, you can't make someone wait for you for a long time. They will move. And some of my students already left because they changed jobs. Before they were in restaurants, now they changed jobs. So why do they need sake education? No purpose anymore. So it's a little bit hard. But never mind, I believe.
So how many days do you do that SSA course? 2 days?
Yes, so a certified sake sommelier course, I haven't launched it myself yet because I had to wait for ownership. So that one is 2 days. So I'm actually creating a book for my students because the information the franchise give to me is quite boring. The style, it's not enough to excite them. And when I look at the slides, nothing to do with information, but the approach was like, I can't get them excited about sake this way. So I have to change the slides, the concept, the input, the information. Good thing about SSA is I can change my own information, but relate to the criteria. So therefore, the students can get something out of it. But like WSET actually can't do that. You have to follow. You can't change it. So SSA gives us the flexibility, we can change it. So I put a lot of my life experiences within the courses. So therefore, when the student can relate to it, they can make understanding straight away. It's not done by the book. No, but you can't confirm that you learn from a book, you will understand what to do. Because book is theoretic. If there is no practical, you can't apply theory. And if you don't understand how the practical works, you can't understand how theory works. So what I do, I focus on the practical side to make people understand the practical side, and then relate it to theory that comes with history, tradition. Why do I talk about this? Because they talk about all the history of how sake came to be. But to a person, why is that important? Because we need to show why the sake timeline. how did it develop, how it was very changing, because people want to know where sake came from. This is how sake came to be. That will answer that question. So therefore you have to relate to a reason why I want to tell you about sake history. Else people will think sake history is boring and they want to fall asleep. Literally, when I saw the
Because I
slides,
also, I also taught students SSA. And
yeah,
then during, the sake history, I picked like a dobroku. I picked some, the kind of, the milestone kind of sake.
yeah,
And then just, have them drink first and then tell the history behind us.
That's a good idea. Actually
Yeah.
have a sake. That's why I was looking into making history more fun, right?
Mhm.
In a way where it's not just you listen to me for 1 hour about talking about history. Hence, I was like thinking like how to do a different like concept. But
Mhm.
you're doing SSA
Yeah.
as well? How?
Mm.
Because how can you do it? Because my comrade is SSA educator in Japan. Are you an SSA educator? You can sell the course and the
Mhm.
pins and all that?
Yeah, but I'm located in Oita. People have to come to Oita, or I have to go to Tokyo because especially during the COVID period, so people had to meet me. So SSA doesn't allow me to do the online. Maybe within Japan should be okay. And also, I'm a teacher. I can teach JSA. One Sake association, but it's like a very, shallow, the introductory session only. I was allowed to do it, but SSA, I can teach.
So SSA, you got which course? The professional or the
Sake-
sommelier?
Sake sommelier.
So you do the sake sommelier, but only
Sake sommelier. Certified
in,
sake.
only in person though.
Mhm.
Can you do online or only in person?
Online, I'm not so sure, but there has to be, they encourage me to do the west part of Japan.
So you're only that part of Japan. Because
But
my
but
my-
I can do it. I when I have a chance to go to Tokyo, and then student eager to meet me, I can, open the session.
because
Then,
my friend is the Tokyo SSA educator. So
maybe I know her.
Julia.
Mm,
So Julia Magalio, she's actually my comrade. She actually is the SSA educator for Japan, but she's based in Tokyo. So I believe that's why I was confused why you're doing it as well. But then again, you're in a different part of Japan. Maybe they can't get to you. So
they
Japan,
encourage you to do a lot, but it's difficult, the living in Oita, having a lot of, people who speak English, and then
yes, yeah.
and then I was allowed to, teach in Japanese as well.
Oh, you can say in Japanese as well, yeah. Makes sense. Because she can do English and Japanese as well, so it's interesting. Because you also will probably get people contacting you from different countries, I guess, sometimes. Maybe.
Yeah, I've done, the student from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And they had my session, and he was very happy.
Oh, so he came all the way from Hong Kong to come to Japan.
Yeah, to Oita. He learned so much because
it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Same as me. I mean, I tell a lot to my students, not more than a book. So literally, I'm changing all of the style because I'm also this one as well. Have you done this course? I'm sure you have. Sake Scholar.
Oh, no.
That one is all about regionality. So I got two senseis. One is John Gortner. You've heard of him, right? John Gortner?
Yeah, I attended the course of John Gortner.
Oh, really?
Online. Yeah,
Yeah, me too,
online.
online. So I'm you know, what is it?
Mm.
The sake professional from Gortner's, I think 2 years ago. And then Michael Tremblay is the sake scholar. That's my background with sake education.
Great.
So I am implementing all what I've learned into the CSS course, but changing everything around in a way where it's a bit more exciting and practical, because that one's too theory, like I don't know, it's not exciting enough. Because my students who did with another educator, and I was there to see how he's doing, and I was like, this is so boring. I'm already ready to sleep. Even my students who passed the exam, they got the pass, but then they tell me, I don't need to listen to him. I know everything already, because he just reading from the thing, and it's not something that they can use. That's the thing. CSS format cannot be used for practical situations. They haven't connected that understanding. Unless the educator has done a lot of experience with this, then they can actually translate that. Most educators don't come from a, you know, real strong sake background, where most students come from hospitality. They want to know how to recommend to a customer, that sort of thing, how to help them out, that sort of thing, that sort of concept. So, oh, that's interesting. So we can also touch on education as well, not just Japan sake. We can talk about education as well, because trying to make more people become more students in Australia, and also I can assist more of the sake industry as well around the world for the business side, like selling sake. You know, we're not talking about sake, I'm talking about selling from the heart, selling as a person, and in a way where we don't look at products. So I sell a lot of sake, I sell a lot of yumishu, I sell a lot of sochu, beer, biru, strong zero, spirits. I sell Asian groceries, right? Sell every time. But it was never about the product, it was about the process. So it's different. So a lot of things, okay? All right, Kari, I'll see you Monday, 7 p.m. I mean, so 8 p.m. your time, yeah? Thank you, Kari-san.
Bye.
Love you. Thank you.